I've been hiking around with this bag all weekend, and while it may seem like this is turning into a hiking review backpack channel, this is not a hiking backpack. This is the MEC Vapour Overnighter, virtually waterproof, minimalistic travel backpack. When I first took this thing out of the bag, I was kind of taken aback by how blue it is and kind of this crinkly fabric, and I do admit it is extremely blue. But after hiking around all weekend with this pack, I was actually impressed by how comfortable it is for being such a lightweight pack. There's a spectrum of waterproofness in travel backpacks. On one end, you go from a kind of a lightweight DWR coating to the other end being a completely submersible backpack. This thing is definitely more on the side of the 100% waterproof pack. It's made from a thinner 210 denier ripstop nylon on the exterior of the bag, and then laminated to the back is this TPU coated laminate with taped sealed seams. The fabric is thin and kind of crinkly, if you can hear that. Kind of reminds me a little bit like a Patagonia black hole duffel, that kind of thick laminate style, but this is quite a bit thinner. I think it's impressive that MEC made this relatively large pack so lightweight. And part of the way they did this was by not including any kind of like inner lining material on the inside of the bag. Most bags like these two over here are gonna have some sort of inner lining material in addition to the outside fabric. And this allows the manufacturer to make the bag, inside of the bag, look nice. You can hide the seams, and they can throw a little piece of foam structure padding in there if they want to also. But this thing just throws all of that convention out the window. They just go with a straight up laminate fabric, tape the sealed seams, and there's no interior lining at all. So you would think that because this fabric is so thin, this bag would be kind of floppy, but you can see I don't have anything in this pack right now, and it actually holds its shape pretty well. And to add to the almost 100% waterproofness on this pack, they use these seam sealed YKK zippers. Now, there's only two zippers on the exterior of this pack. There's this top slash pocket here, and then this main clamshell style compartment. There's a laptop compartment, but that's on the inside. I'll show you that a little bit later. Checking out these zipper pulls, I really like these things. This kind of thin nylon webbing here with this heat shrink tubing. It makes these things really long, and this is really stiff, really easy to grab onto. Great way to open the bag. And just overall great attention to detail. These are larger number 8s on the outside. They're not locking, but you can always use a little carabiner clip to lock the zippers together. And then on the inside, you can see all these zippers, even on these little mesh pockets, they're smaller number 5 YKKs, but they all have these solid heat shrunk zipper pulls. And then as far as the hardware goes, this is a pretty minimalistic pack, so there's really not a whole lot going on here. All we have are these 2 buckle adjusters on the backpack straps, and although they are a little bit small, they are a solid name brand Duraflex buckle. And then as an added bonus, all the zippers have this little piece of reflective tape running down the middle, as well as they added this little piece of reflective loop on the outside of the pack. I think MEC sold themselves short a little bit on the dimensions here. It's listed on their website at being 55 centimeters by 38 centimeters, or 21.7 length by 15 inches wide. However, the length is pretty accurate. However, the width, I have this thing set over here at being about 15 inches right here. And it's really just not that wide. It's only about 13.5 to 14 inches wide. Let's have a closer look at the outside of this bag. Because it is pretty minimalist, there's not a whole lot going on out here. There's no water bottle pocket, there's no side compression straps, there's no large front organizational pocket. It's pretty much just this top slash pocket. There's a top carry handle, and then these backpack straps. This top slash pocket is kind of one of the weird things about this pack. It's decently large, goes from here to here, down to about here, but it's not very wide, not very deep. You can kind of see where they sewed it into the bottom of the pack here. It's a good pocket for sunglasses, notebooks, kind of small items like that. And the weird thing is putting your hand in here kind of feels like putting your hand inside a rubber glove, because there's no liner. This fabric is this smooth, shiny material, and it's a little bit sticky, so it just feels really weird putting your hand in there. If there's one thing that I would change about this bag, it would probably be these backpack straps. I was actually decently surprised after carrying this thing around all weekend how comfortable these backpack straps were, considering the fact that they are pretty thin. However, you are missing out on quite a few features on this pack. Like there's no top load adjusters, there's no sternum strap, and there's no hip belt. They're moderately wide up here on the top by your shoulder, but you can see they are pretty thin. They're made from this interior, kind of a pretty firm foam padding with this slightly breathable fabric going around the outside. It's actually pretty easy to show you the backing material here because there's no liner on the inside of this bag. Its only structure on this bag is really just this thin piece of firm foam padding on the back of the bag. You can see it here running down the middle, and over here in the sides, there's really just nothing. So what you put in this bag, this side of the bag, is really gonna make a huge impact on how comfortable this bag is. If you put firm, soft materials like packing cubes and clothes, it's gonna make this bag a much more comfortable carry. So I already gave away the ending, but this is a large clamshell style bag with this huge zipper running around the outside, and it opens up to lie flat, completely flat like a suitcase. This pack reminds me a lot of the Cotopaxi Alpa, kind of a more minimalistic version of that bag. It has the same kind of waterproof exterior material, same lay flat design, a pretty similar interior organization. However, the Vapour Overnighter is significantly cheaper. It's about half the weight. It has a larger volume for the size of the bag, and it's more waterproof, but the Alpa is gonna have much better backpack straps. So I really do like organization on bags like this. It has these kind of two pockets, almost equally sized. And over here, where the backpack straps are, probably gonna wanna put something, packing cubes. I have these two 14 by 12 inch compression cubes. Those kind of nestle in there perfectly. And then those things will zip right in there with this pocket, these two large divider zippers on the back over here. And then this is also where the laptop compartment's gonna be. The other side of the bag is set up exactly the same as that side, except it has this mesh divider. And you remember, because there's really not a whole lot going on the outside of this bag, except for this top slash pocket, you're pretty much reliant on this interior pockets for all of your small item organization, which I think is fine because there are actually a ton of pockets in here and there's plenty of room to fit all your small items. And last but not least, the laptop compartment. It's this side access zipper located on the divider pocket on this side of the bag. On the inside is this soft, fuzzy fleece lining material, and there's not a whole lot of padding. There's these kind of thin, soft panels here on the front and the back of the bag. And I would be a little bit concerned if these were exterior pockets, but being inside of the bag right here in the middle, this offers really good protection for your laptop. This pocket is almost a perfect fit for my 15-inch Dell laptop. And you can see there's a small gap on both the bottom and the top of this bag. So this thing kind of floats around in the middle of the pack, and it's really not going to be subject to damage from the top, the bottom, and the sides. It's pretty well protected in here. And then I just wanted to show you, you can access the laptop without having to completely open the bag and lay it flat. You just kind of zip it open halfway, and then you can just easily get to your laptop in there. So I'm kind of on the fence on this bag. The more I travel and the more I pack and carry stuff around, the more I just really appreciate simplicity, really easy minimalistic bags, super lightweight, doesn't weigh you down, holds what you need, and not a whole lot more. I do appreciate good exterior organization though. It can be a little bit frustrating only having one small pocket and not really having a good way to get to your gear on the outside when you're traveling around. And then these backpack straps, they are decently comfortable, but I always wish they are just a little bit thicker. And in hindsight, I kind of wish I'd gone with a black color. I try to change it up a little bit so that all my packs aren't just black, but this thing is really, really blue. If you want to see more minimalistic packs like this, I've included this playlist to all the minimalistic bags that I've been looking at over this last month or so. So definitely check that out, and thanks for watching.